But something we have learned is Legu's units potentially can break the game heavily.
Soren third person. Wait, there's two Ikes there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what'll happen when we try to promote him, but it'll definitely be funny when we see it.
Oh man.
I remember this
Everyone
map in
here.
Awakening. And going through and murdering everyone.
Look at this ragtag group of thugs.
Let's see, do we have anybody new yet, or is it still just...
No, it's everybody we had before, though. so we got Oscar and Boyd Beck.
Ah, nice.
Boyd. Can't use the Regal Sword, sadly.
That is unfortunate.
Oscar Meyer, the page.
I haven't actually seen any problems with the promoting, at least with other randomizers. I don't know what'll happen with the force promote here.
Okay, just block off.
If that happens, we at least have people to save our run. Everything is on Gotchri's back with his 3 defense and all of the speed.
This man, he laughs at pages with a second a knife goes through his belly. He's dead. Oh shit. And we got the cheater flying over here.
He's the best cheating flyer we'll ever have. Let's see, what other fun things? So, no, Ike isn't able to use the Regal Sword at all. He's got a, because of the weird thing with bandits.
He can't use swords yet, so he can't do it.
But if we promote him, if he promotes and
gets the use of swords, he will be able to do it.
Yeah, because or at least as far as we can presume, is that the Regal Sword is tied to the protagonist skill, which is
Ike, because Ike has a flag essentially.
Yeah.
See this man walk up to you and stab you, what do you do?
That is a very good question.
Fire the Thunder Mage. E-rank Thunder.
His E-rank Thunder, but C-rank everything else, which is hilarious.
Yeah. It's weird that they gave him Thunder.
Some other things that you can see with the randomizer is cut classes. So you've got fire, lightning, and wind mages, as well as the variants of those for sages that were just completely cut from the game and just replaced with the standard sage.
Yeah, but I think it showed up in Radiant Dawn, though. Soren gives no fucks.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I my first time playing through, I wasn't actually able to beat Black Knight. He healed too much damage off of Ike. I just didn't have enough defense to be able to kill him, because his ability procced every time.
Yeah, he fucked you up with it.
And Mist just couldn't do anything as a Valkyrie or whatever she was. I don't even remember if I used Hammering. Whatever the staff is called, because it's got too many vowels and letters with it.
Hammering?
Yeah, that thing. Actually, I wonder if I've even got the save file still. I'd have to look.
Not.
Oh, we still have the memory card for it, but it's whether or not it wasn't erased or something because my brother needed it.
This is the one time having a healer would be really nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Glad you don't have one at this point in the game.
Normally you would. Which would be nice, but...
Shut up, no we don't.
Yeah... I don't actually remember how or what they did to her Mist Sword in Radiant Dawn. I didn't get very far into it before I just sat down and was like, nope, I'm done.
Radiant Dawn's bad.
They did... There's thoughts of things with it that they're just like, oh, this is really cool, this is really neat. And then they
made the game too long.
They made the game too long, they put units that would have been really nice to have. They basically introduced a bunch of units that would have been super productive to have 3 chapters earlier. In the wrong place, and... yes, that does cause problems. It was probably done to a limitation due to the code. I remember, or at least as far as I remember, the stories of just the Wii being a pain in the ass to program for. But people, it was like, we made a bunch of games for the Wii because everybody had one.
How do you get this guy with the steel lance?
It's an Iron Lance. But yes, that is kind of amazing. Ah.
Now you understand.
I guess, yeah, that does make sense that the damage caused to that weapon was the programming error. That could potentially be fixed, depending on if there's a random generator, a randomizer, or any mods done for the game. I haven't actually looked into that yet. I was like, let's see if they have one for this game. And lo and behold, they did. Haven't really looked much into Radiant Dawn stuff yet. Maybe we'll do that next.
Like scratch.
You know, I just realized I should have pulled this up on this other screen so that you could see the stream chat as well, Serge. We'll take care of it next time.
Oh god, the sword cheap you hardcore.
What was that? You cut out a little bit.
Sword cheat hardcore. Look at this nonsense.
They'll never catch me. Not alive, at least.
Well, this guy has a hammer.
Isn't there like bonus experience that you get from this if you kill the guy leading it?
Yeah, I think so. You also get this.
And that.
And this. Nice.
I remember seeing a walkthrough where it's like, oh, this is how you maximize the amount of bonus experience that you get.
Oh god, did I just kill him? Oh, thank god, the archer has no attack power. Holy shit. Motherfucker's the squishiest thing alive.
We believe in you, Gotri. And your 3 defense.
Oh. Oh, that's a lot of damage. A lot more than I was expecting. Get a point of defense to make me feel better. Damn it. Oh, he's got an iron sword. Okay, I feel a lot better.
Yeah. I am, given how much... I mean, I've played Three Houses a lot. I have not played nearly as much Path of Radiance, but a lot of Path of Radiance stuff is just hidden in so many text boxes. Some of it's just kind of hard to end up getting around, especially the support conversations. No, Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Sad day.
God damn it, Shinon, why aren't you there? I should pick Boyd with Mania and drag him over and block. That shit. Oh, that's good.
Goodbye, Gotri. This was a very sad day.
I'll live. Hawkman.
Yeah, I never got around to playing Maddening, or any of the harder difficulties. I just kind of got bored.
I tried Maddening, but like, it seems like way too much effort for what I'm willing to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing against it. It's fine if you like a challenge, but like, it's just like, it's difficult to leap between hard and Maddening too much, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I was planning on trying to do a Maddening after I'd finished all 4 storylines, but I just got tired of dealing with all of it, and I think I'm just about to the second part of the Golden Deer storyline, and sure, the Golden Deer is the best storyline of all of them, but yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I enjoy playing the games or at least a lot of the newer games for the infinite grind. I like watching my stats go up. But at the same time, that's also what's killing me from playing the games, because because I have to do everything to the utmost optimization when it comes to grinding, and so it just takes too long.
He'll die.
But yeah, it's like I enjoyed playing Lunatic in Awakening. But all of the harder modes after that in the other games have just not been my cup of tea. Oh yeah, I think even hard mode prevents you from infinite grinding. Which is what I had to switch to, just so that I'd get through the games. Oh, that's sad. But I like getting my experience. That's why I play the game.
Yeah, he's got problems with playing games.
I've got lots of problems playing games.
Like, it's got full berserk.
Get him, Mike. We believe in you.
If Ike wins this chapter, the other two deserve to die. If Ike wins this chapter alone, the other two deserve to die.
He just runs up, just doubles everything.
Oh, he had a javelin. Gonna kill him, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
We have lost half of our army in this one chapter.
Fine.
Yeah, taking advantage of... I did find that to be fun. It just got to be more work than I was willing to put in. And I don't have enough time these days to continue playing lots of games. I was like, sure, we sit down and we stream this, but it's a little more of a, yeah, we're doing this for fun. And, kind of as a relaxing thing to do with friends. But, when I'm playing games, it just gets a little bit more intense. I guess. Yes. I mean, I put almost 900 hours into Awakening by the time I was done with it. My latest save file had close to 200 plus hours.
I think the most I ever had on a save file on Awakening was 70.
I had 200 plus
80?
hours because I was trying to cap every single ability or stat of every character on every class.
Yeah, but you don't do that.
And because I found ways to... I was like, oh, it takes forever for them to level off of these. But if I give them Paragon and... there's something else, I don't remember what it was. But I was effectively forced to get at least 16 experience per kill. And then I sent them to a map that had lots of people. And then I just hit the start button a bunch of times and let it go. Good times.
Only the strong survive.
You lost.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll be completely honest, I forgot that was the objective. Well, I forgot that was an objective. I was treating this like later maps where it's just like, I'll just kill everything and try not to die.
Mm-hmm. I think the one problem I had with...
trying to get there.
the one problem I think I had with Awakening, or not Awakening, well, actually it was Awakening that had a problem. Awakening and Fates and Echo, well, actually all of modern Fire Emblems is really all of the map objectives became rout the enemy. It was just like, go through and murder everything, because if you don't, you're missing out on experience.
Conquest fixed that a little, where the map had more variety, and there were like survive maps and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's what I liked about this game. I wish they had more chapters like the 3-part chapter this game has. It's good stuff.
There's, what is it, Gaiden is just because that's how Gaiden was made.
Yeah.
Where it's just kill everything.
I like Gaiden's dungeons. Those were fun.
Yeah.
And a place to infinitely grind.
Yeah, because you have problems.
I mean, it's true. It is generally always you route the thing. But it was more of there wasn't you need to protect this unit from dying other than, your main unit. There wasn't you need to get to this location in X amount of turns. Or
There was that in, Cinder Shadows, but you didn't play that, and you don't have it.
Yeah. I just
there was
didn't...
more like, map objectives in Cinder Shadows than there was in 3 houses altogether.
Mm-hmm. Give me
I
one
think
sec.
it's cool. You want to stop this here for today, or
Let's finish this chapter, and we'll call that good.
I have to start from the beginning. I hope you know that.
No worries.
Okay.
We'll do this. This will be because this is. I think this chapter is a good chapter to end with, because it's what shifts it into the next part of the story. But yeah, I'm aware of what Cinder Shadows, or like a lot of the things Cinder Shadows did, is they added more objectives. They added.
I had a good challenge in Cinder Shadows. I don't think it's as hard as people made it out to be, but I think it had a fair difficulty for what it was.
Some of the big complaints that I heard was that they had some maps that looked like they were designed to have access to things like stride and the other movement-based skills.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, well, it's just they were designed around that, but you were put in an area where you didn't have access to it. And so it's just like some of these maps just felt tedious.
I don't know. I just played pretty smart. Chapter 4 or whatever it was only one try for me in Cinder Shadows, and a lot of people, from what I've seen, struggled with that one. And that was a chapter where you're running away, and the very end was just a big clusterfuck of units. I liked that chapter though. It was good.
I just use the excuse that I don't have any money.
I didn't change any of the classes for any of the characters when I played. I don't know if you did, or if like other people like thought about doing it. I didn't see a need to.
I do like that they added in some of my favorite classes, though.
Yeah, they did bring back a lot of good classes.
Like Flying Mage.
Yep.
And War Cleric. Good stuff.
Yep.
So eventually I'll get around to buying the DLC, but it'll probably be once I actually have a sustainable income. The joy of, graduating from college and moving into your parents' basement because you don't have a job. So much fun!
It sounds wrong, but I think it was worth it for her. But she had all the defense because of having Armored Knight. Oh, I think this is actually worth using. I should have used it earlier.
That probably would have been a good idea to have.
He has no health.
And it gives you 5.
I failed this again because of me being stupid like I was last time. I'll use it before it starts. God, they really don't like Soren.
Look, they're racist against the Lagoos.
I don't know, I thought the feature as a paladin was weird.
Yeah, that it was kind of weird. Now that I think about it.
Like, he could, but like, the weirder thing is that, like, he had fucking, his other class choice was hero. I think mine had like 37 defense. I forget, it's been like a month since I went through it.
I know in my Edelgard route, for some reason, there's like, oh, I made her hyper defense unit. Except for the fact that she never got a point of defense in her level ups. I'm like, why? Why do you do this to me, Edelgard? But I was like, don't worry about it, Edelgard.
For having shade, they're only attacking Titania. She heals upon retaliation, you know? God, they really don't fucking like sword. You see this shit? Holy shit! They saw Boyd get 5 HP and they're like, fuck that. I ain't touching that. He's too strong.
It might be better to put him on one of the healing bushes.
Oh, Seraph Robes is 7 HP, thank God. Good Seraph Robes.
Oh yeah,
like,
I was actually
for it.
quite disappointed that they didn't have an armored mage unit. Because like, oh yeah, I'm gonna build her armor and her magic and it's gonna be cool. And then it wasn't. Because I had to pick.
Yeah.
Which also may be why I didn't have a lot of defense in the long run. Because I spent so long as a mage.
Yeah, mage actually lowers defense. Got the upfront block hits. Oh, that's not, never mind. That can't do shit. Wait, what? Why the fuck can I hit this dude? The Path of Radiance bullshit?
It's probably Path of Radiance bullshit.
Okay. Also, I never understood why Thundertomes murdered dragons. Is that ever explained?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just because there's like, well, fire against the Lagoos, or the Beast Lagoos. Wind against
fire
flying.
makes sense because it's just like the whole I'm going to burn this monster kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like I think my one problem that I had with the magic was that
yeah, like I understand the whole fantasy thing of fire working on beasts and wind hitting flying things. It's when it comes to I'm gonna hit this dragon with lightning that it just stops making sense to me.
Oh right, I think it might have to do something with more like weird lore. Not like in-game lore, but just general fantasy lore, where lightning pierces through defenses and things like that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because what B-Space mentioned.
Well, like it's also just like if that's the case, why isn't it effective against dragons in other games? You know?
Because they didn't think of it then?
You say that, but like they have plenty of chances in later games to make it effective against dragons, but it's not.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the lack of actual dragon units.
I guess like dragon is like very uncommon outside of like 6.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, you technically have the Wyvern Riders that have the dragon subtype, but
God, he's just killing him with steel lance.
he's like, my lance is so good.
My lance spits fire. And Shion killing in retaliation against all these guys.
Doesn't Shion only have like 4 or 5 speed?
7, I think. You're right, but I don't think they would give it to bolting as like a weakness thing. I feel like bolting is strong enough that it wouldn't have it.
I think that my one problem that I had with wow, I just sort of blanked there. The one problem I had with Three Houses was that Dark Mage was a specific, was a male specific class. Yeah, exclusive. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know why they brought the exclusive gender stuff back. I don't understand that.
I mean, maybe it's like I can kind of get with the Pegasus thing, but that's just because it's always been a thing. But the Dark Mage was never a thing as far as I'm aware.
Yes and no. I think Dark Mages were generally male, but you also have like one or two outs like Sarja and Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
But Sophia's scratching her game, and you just have Reg. You just use Reg if you want a Dark Mage 6.
They don't need War Master, but they would make great War Masters.
I don't think that would make great War Master.
Yeah, Petra I don't think would. But Hilda would make a great War Master.
Yeah, Hilda would fuck up with War Master.
Yeah, the added crit.
I mean, you could already get plus 20 crit on Hilda for Axis when you get S rank. There's that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so 20 crit on everything is what makes it possible to balance. Then again, I don't think they tried to balance this game. I think they more so tried to have fun.
Yeah. Or the way they balanced it was more around... like, again, why you only have like 10 or so units total on a map, maybe 12 at most, was that it was a way for them to balance. It was like, look, we're trying to build it so that you have a cohesive 12-unit team.
That, as well as just like the rounded out with the amount of base house members.
Mm-hmm.
You start with 8, main characters 9, and Flame becomes 10.
If you get Flame.
Flame.
I was very upset.
Required, but she gets kicked off if you say
if you join Edgeguard. I was very upset because of the amount of time that I had spent grinding Flame to that point. When I was like, oh, she left my team, like, the hell?
We were talking back and forth at this point, and I made Flame my dancer, and he said, alright, that's a good idea, and then he lost his dancer because of it.
I was very upset.
Yep, it's the good kind.
And then after that, I never used Flame again.
I think Flame's a real funny character.
Oh, I mean, I love her supports. Her supports are hilarious.
Yep.
But I never really used her after that because after my first playthrough, I got into an obsession of recruiting everyone.
And you really don't.
I really shouldn't. I shouldn't do that, but it was I want to see if I can, and so I did. And then after that, I was like, okay, well, now I'm just going to do this anyway because I can. Good times.
Not because I want to, but because I can.
I mean, that's simply how I play Fire Emblem. I was like, I don't do this because I want to. I do it because I can.
It's not exactly a great monster to have. Grand scheme of things.
Yes, make him dead.
I had to think about it. God, Reese, why are you so strong? That takes a lot of fortitude simply because of just what Maddening asks of you.
Mm-hmm. I also have a problem where I love, crap, what's his name? Awesome sword guy.
Felix?
Yeah, Felix. I just like using Felix. I've used him in every single playthrough. He's always on my team.
In my very first run, I only recruited Felix and Dorothea, but I think that's just because it was the easiest to get two of those.
Mm-hmm. My first playthrough, I recruited Felix, Lysithea,
Swordman. Anime Sasuke.
yeah, Felix. Or is there another anime Sasuke? So Felix, let's see, it was Felix, Lysithea, Annette, I think I recruited.
Or Prince Felix.
And I think that was all I was able to recruit because I couldn't actually figure out how to get things to a certain way because I was playing it.
Hey.
But the, yeah, I got, and then I went and basically rolled right through everything in, Edelgard's route, which by far is, I mean, yeah, Dimitri is a pretty Sasuke. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, like, I didn't mean like in terms of just like, I meant in terms of looks mostly, not really in terms of character. But
And
yeah,
by that logic,
does
though,
feel like a little
technically
bit of
speaking,
Sasuke.
Edelgard is a Naruto, except though
Naruto that started a war.
evil Naruto. I mean, though technically speaking, Kloss is more Naruto personality. Kloss is
Yeah.
best lord, by the way. You can fight me on that.
Being Claude.
Whatever his name is.
Whatever this.
I have
Doesn't
sinus
hurt.
problems, I can't speak.
Oh, he got a depth, so he hit 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Does that kill him, though?
Okay.
Or is there anybody else over there?
No, he's alive. There was no one else there. It was just him. Yeah, Caspar is like pretty like straightforward and adamant about what he's doing.
I enjoyed Caspar.
He's a fun character. Oh god.
You can just end it right here, I think, by killing him.
Does it end if he dies? I like Edelgard. I think what she did is the fastest way to change, but I don't think it was the right way to get change to happen.
I also think that her route of all three is by far the weakest, story-wise.
Yeah, but I feel like that's mostly because some of it was cut.
I do agree with you. It is a pretty good. That's something else that I seem to have a problem with. Is I have to I have to maximize all of the supports with everyone, which is why.
Cinder Shadows get you like let you trade supports between characters.
But yeah, it's just I had problems with it, where I had to get everybody to the maximum thing and all of the things, and it's a problem, and I really need to stop. Which is why I haven't touched the game in several months. I wish I had that same resolve for Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but I think that's mostly because of the whole. They didn't want these characters interacting with the main ones. you have like Malthus talking with the entirety of Golden Deer. And like all the other ones talk with people who they would talk to actually if they were not stuck in sewer rats. Oh no. Oh, I guess, well, like, it would just be a lot of work to have, like, those characters talk to each other. Plus, like, it'd be, like, extra programming on top of that, simply because of they would have to have programmed what their support bonuses for each other would have been. And it's a lot of, like, understanding how the reason why Claude doesn't talk to Edelgard is because they don't have anything to talk about. Dimitri wants to reach out to Edelgard, but he's afraid of it. And there's like a lot of that. And you do see them like speak with one another a few times in Secret Shadows. It's just not exactly like. It's also like Secret Shadows is just a side story where it kind of doesn't exist. Jesus Christ.
You could just have her end it right there.
Yeah. But I want this Iron Blade. Ow. Ick. Yeah, and it isn't, which is why like putting supports in there between them would just feel kind of like weak. They could just kind of have the characters say whatever the fuck they want and not really care. I don't know, it's just how I think about it. It's also like it would just portray a lot of what the characters are having them speak with each other.
I mean, the developers did have a interview sometime after Cinder Shadows released,
Yeah,
where they explained that they didn't want to do a full route with the Cindered Shadows. They didn't want to do something like Revelations because they didn't want the choices and the stories in the three main routes to basically be meaningless. As Revelations is like, oh, you get to the end of either storyline.
It's just like this is the true story, and the other two are kind of
What ifs?
yeah.
Doubles the other one, but he can't kill him.
Yeah, sad.
I mean, it is kind of dumb that's part of the reason why they did that. Unless you're referring to the whole the Fates thing, which I also wholeheartedly agree. Fates did some neat things. It also did some not so neat things. It's a story where you kill your dad 4 times.
Yeah, there's that.
Or 3 times. Well, I guess it didn't end it. I thought it would end it.
I'm gonna do that. Or I should do this instead.
I'm not actually familiar with the Fates Child DLC. I didn't.
It's basically like 6 or 7 chapters of the children succeeding and inheriting their parents' and stuff. I can make that far. Think
Also, the color of Oscar as a mage makes it kind of difficult to tell whether or not he's an active unit.
Yeah. I think they'll survive here. Michael takes damage. I think he's full. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like but in the end you've realized it's all just a fucking mirage or whatever. And Shigure's the only one that's actually real. It's
Is
also
this the
where
real
you
life,
hear
or is this just fantasy?
a little bit. Basically, Shigure just sees like, yeah, this is what could have happened. And you see like both of the Kanas like meet up with one another, and
Interesting.
yeah, it fleshes out the children, which is nice. Considering the children have no character whatsoever in that game.
Yeah, that's... I think the children unit were just thrown in simply because it was
It was
done...
popular.
It was popular in the last game, so they didn't really think about it when they threw it in.
Yeah, so which is why they made Baby Dimension. Awesome level up. And like I thought. Go that.
Oh, I guess they had to end their turn.
Yeah. We've killed them. It had a lot of good like challenges and like plot development stuff. Look at this Fire Emblem.
Like, Conquest had some good maps. Revelation up till, I think, the snow level in Revelations? I think it was the snow
That was
level.
a fun one. I had fun with that map.
I thought that was a really cool map design. And then after that, it was just nothing but boring. And I was sad. I was like, why?
Wrong button. There we go. And we killed them.
We've done the thing. But yeah,
Tune in next time for when we see other people die.
yeah.
And then live
I'm
again.
not sure when... We'll be doing this sometime in the future. Whenever we happen to get around to it. Because Surge's schedule is weird.
That sounds like bad kind of fun.
That would be hilarious. There might actually be a way to pull that off. But I'm not familiar enough with how the programming in this game would happen. I don't know if it'd be hex
Shows
code.
up here. I forget who shows up here.
Like recruit-wise?
Yeah.
Is it Rolf? Rolf and Mist? Or is it the cat people?
I don't think cat people show up yet.
No, I think they're not 6 or 7, isn't it? I don't
Is it
remember.
Mia that shows up here?
No, Mia's in a castle, I believe.
She's in a castle. Okay.
I mean, currently our Reese will probably do that, no problem. But yeah.
Look at this motherfucker. You think he can't one-shot everything? 14 strength. Fuck off with that.
Nobody shows up here. Okay.
Okay, I thought somebody did.
That sounds good. Well, join us next time if you want to. We'll sit here. We can talk Fire Emblem for hours. We've done it before. We can do it again.
We've done it today.
Yes. And, yeah. I guess I could go host somebody, but doing that sounds like a lot of effort. So we're just gonna end it here.
A lot of effort I don't feel like doing.
Yeah.
You got 11 cents. And then you have Oscar.
Yeah. Thanks for that follow, and we'll catch you again whenever we happen to stream next. Probably next weekend, but we may do that before then. I don't know. But, yeah. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.